Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This has been a topic that has just been on my mind. I have to get it out. I sometimes have notes for these episodes. This one I'm just like we just have to record this and get going. So today's episode is a little bit about the side of confidence that I don't think people really understand, which is the insecurity. From coaching a lot of women, the only time a woman has ever used the word insecure with me has been behind closed doors when it's just me and her. They'll say it a lot. It's not like my forms or my calls or any of my business. And it's not a word that people are using sparingly. This is a word, being insecure is a word that's used pretty heavily in my business, but always behind closed doors, on forms, in calls when it's just me and them, private clients. I've almost noticed that it's like the word insecure or being or feeling insecurity is like this dirty word. People don't want to be labeled as insecure. If we really just call it what it is, the actual definition is just uncertainty or anxiety around yourself, around something going on with yourself. And so I'm not sure why it's been such a like a quote unquote dirty word when it's just uncertainty or anxiety. But people really will try and hide it. They will not admit in a bigger forum that they're feeling insecure. And that's, of course, not always the case, but it does tend to be what goes on. And I even see before people become clients in the DMs messaging with me or before they pay me, they'll be like, yeah, no, I don't really struggle with insecurity or whatever it is. And then it's almost like they cross the paywall and the insecurity comes out. They admit it. And it's probably just because they're feeling safer. They're feeling safer to actually admit it. They've decided to invest, or if it's just one-on-one with me, they feel safer to admit it to just me. But that inherently entails that we don't feel safe admitting that we're insecure. And I think we've got that all a little wrong. Because to be confident, you have to be really good at being insecure. And if someone's like, "Okay, well, yeah, I'm good at being insecure." Here's what I actually mean. You have to be damn good at being insecure without making it a problem. And I'm gonna talk about the beginning of people's confidence journeys, but this happens all throughout, so don't decide that because you've been on a confidence journey, this doesn't apply to you. That's not true. It applies to you. When people first come to me, or honestly, it doesn't even have to be the start of their journey. It's just more of like the start of their journey with me and they're feeling more shame or they've been confident and fallen back into it, into insecurity. The thing that I see happen a lot is that they we start our confidence journey. We've determined, yes, okay, I want to be more confident. And then within the first couple weeks, when we're of course still feeling insecure, we make it such a problem. And it's almost like people expect that because they've gone on a confidence journey, they should feel confident. I think the people who are expecting to feel confident and only really getting off on their ability to feel confident are the ones who will not become confident. When I started my journey, I just got really good at being insecure. And this is such a nuanced conversation and I do not have the story in my head that I'm good at like telling these things and I overcomplicate things, so I'm going to try and really make it clear here, but when you are trying to avoid feeling insecure and therefore only feel confident, you are much less likely to actually get to confidence because you are almost trying to distance yourself from the feeling of insecurity. However, when I started my journey, and I've really tried to get some clients to understand this recently, and it's because it's just such a freaking game changer. And I'm hoping that I explain it here well for you so that you can get it for free. But when I started my confidence journey, I wasn't trying to jump to confidence ever. I actually just started by trying to be okay with the fact that I was insecure. Instead of trying to hide my insecurity, mask my insecurity, shrink myself so that I wasn't noticed or really just avoid it, I just got really confident in the fact that I was insecure. So instead of trying to get out of the struggle, it was more of I was just like, "Yep, I have a problem here. I am insecure. I don't want to be insecure anymore, but this is where I'm at. I don't know. It's just where I am, and I really want to be confident, and I'm gonna become confident. And I see myself as this confident person, but also like that's just not where I am right now. And owning that, I talked a little bit about this on the last episode, and if you listen to that one, this will probably make a little bit more sense. But you've just got to be okay with being insecure. You cannot be confident without first being really intimate with that insecurity and just, getting familiar with it and neutralizing it. Instead of insecurity being a reason, oh, here it is. Instead of your insecurities causing you shame, because that's the people who do not get confident, is they have insecurities, they have uncertainty or anxiety about themselves, and they top it on top of it, they add shame. You will not become confident that way. I will tell you point blank right now, you're going to struggle. The people who will get confident, and I was in that bucket that I just said. For most of my life, I placed shame on top of my insecurities. You can switch, so don't worry about that. You're not fixed. The people who will get confident is who see their insecurities and they get okay with it. They neutralize it. They're just like, they just kind of check it and they're like, cool, it is what it is. No big deal. More of the growth mindset there. Confident people, here, let me say this. A lot of people say they're confident, but they're not really. I like I've I've gotten more like a grumpy old man in my later years of this journey, and have developed more of the mentality of like, if you're just circumstantially confident, you're not confident. If you can only be confident sometimes, are you really confident? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think you're just feeling confident. I don't think you're a confident person. I think you're feeling confident. And that's a big difference here where a lot of people will feel confident. They'll even go through seasons of their life where they feel confident, but that doesn't mean they're a confident person. And I think the difference here is you can go through stages of feeling being the key word, confident. But if you are only feeling confident when things are going well and when you're being validated and when you're just in a happier season of life, but then that goes away with depression, with low sales, with struggle, with any sort of obstacle, and then you're no longer confident. I don't think you're confident. I think you were just feeling confident. But a confident person is someone who is confident all of the time, even in the lows, even in the struggles. And part of what makes a person confident is they admit their insecurities. Insecurity isn't a dirty word to them. They'll tell you their insecurities. They'll master their insecurities. They'll get familiar with them. They're okay with them. They've made peace with them, going back to even the beginning stages that I said in my journey. They're just kind of neutralized them because you can't solve an insecurity when you have shame about an insecurity. You can only solve an insecurity when you're okay with the insecurity, you've neutralized it, and then from there you can build the confidence. And a lot of the reason, and I talked about this last episode, a lot of the reason that people are feeling like insecurity is a dirty word or they don't feel safe admitting it or owning it, or they're trying to distance themselves from it is because they think it makes them less worthy. They think they'll be liked less. They think they'll succeed less. And that's just not true. If anyone wants to tell you that they're not insecure, it just means they're too insecure to actually admit they're insecure. Confident people, they will tell you they're insecure. And again, if we just say the definition of it's basically feeling uncertain and anxious about either your goals or a relationship or, your ability to handle something, that's just normal. People are going to feel that way. And I talked on my stories the other day about the next 5 months of this year, I am trying to make myself as insecure as possible. Because all that really means to me is that I am pushing myself so far out of my comfort zone that I have to grow. Because it means that I'm not being complacent. It means that I'm not settling. If I'm insecure, I literally must be challenging myself so much that I can't even bring my confidence with me, that I have to grow it. And that's the thing is like, I want to grow my confidence. I want to be insecure and I'm okay and I neutralize it because again, that just means I have pushed myself to levels where my confidence must rise or I'll fall. I think that's what happens a lot is with people who are avoiding insecurity or saying they're confident, but they only feel confident for seasons. They're not pushing themselves because they are not wanting to leave that comfort zone where they feel confident. But confident people will leave that comfort zone and make themselves insecure, so their confidence has to rise. Okay? So for me over the next couple of months, it's putting myself in rooms with women outworking me. It's pushing my body to new limits. It's challenging my limitations, reworking my identity. Like I don't know if I think I like started saying it and then stopped saying it, but one of the ways that I'm insecure is dancing. Like I'm super insecure with dancing. I am not good at dancing, but here's the thing. This is actually a perfect example. Before I built my confidence, what that actually looked like of being insecure in dancing means I never went on a dance floor. I never would get up to dance. I would maybe dance a little, or I would dance drunk. But that was really the only conditions in which I would go dance. And even then, I would exist in my head the whole time. But now as a confident person, I still don't love my dance skills, but you know what I'll do? I'll dance anyway. It's not a big deal. I'll look like an idiot. I'll fail. I'll look stupid. I'll just be the weirdo. And that's kind of what even the path that I've taken is like. I think for a really long time, I think I've talked about this before. For a really long time, I would try and be the good dancer. Like, I would try and be the dancer who you're like, wow, she's really attractive and desirable. And like, wow, she really knows how to move her body. Like, that's just not me. That's not me. I am not that person. So now I've taken the route of like, I'm just a funny person on the dance floor. Like, I'll pull out weird moves. I'll be the one who, like, a perfect example is my when I was living in San Francisco, my best friend's boyfriend basically lived with us as well, and he's a goofball. He's a total goofball, and so if I ever would like, there was one time, I think it was New Year's, we went and there was dancing, and I was just doing the weirdest moves with him, and people were laughing. It's just like, I just own the insecurity. I've neutralized it. It's not a big deal, right? I'm not confident in that skill, but I've neutralized it. And now even like saying this here, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just need to go take a couple dance classes to get better in that area. But there's a difference between someone who, for example, avoids the dance floor because they're so insecure versus someone who is just like, well, I suck at dancing. It is what it is. Like, let's just rock with it and goes forward with it. Insecurity is not a dirty word. You feeling uncertain or anxious about a part of yourself isn't a bad thing, but you hiding it and pretending it doesn't exist and shaming yourself for it and hoping that it just goes away, or keeping yourself in your comfort zone, hoping that you don't have to get challenged with it, it will not work. You're shooting yourself in the foot. On your confidence journey, yes, you will feel confident, but honestly, you'll probably feel insecure a hell of a lot more than you'll feel confident. And it's pretty much confidence comes from you neutralizing the insecurities, you accepting them. And that's literally confidence. It's accepting yourself. That's it. It's literally confidence in itself is accepting yourself, recognizing and embracing your strengths and the insecurities, and understanding that the insecurities are honestly just a part of being human and it doesn't undermine your worth. So it is really like, to become confident, it's almost like getting in bed with your insecurities and just being really freaking okay with them, owning them. And that doesn't mean you don't change things. It doesn't mean that if I accept this insecurity, I'm like, for example, it doesn't mean that if I accept I'm a bad dancer, I must stay a bad dancer. It doesn't mean that if you are feeling insecure around your body or your income or your debt or your ability to create the relationship that you want, that doesn't mean if you accept the insecurity, you stay there forever. That is a really big misconception that people have. But it's simply what I said before of, you really cannot solve an insecurity when you have shame around an insecurity. It's only once you unshame it and you're just like, this is a neutral thing now, do you have the ability to change it. These are the kinds of conversations that we are having inside of Unlimited and inside of Audacious. Unlimited is really my self-paced membership. It's where you become confident as fuck. It is really it's not these nice affirmations and conventional confidence advice or the same like fake it till you make it shit that you've been taught for years. It's literally neuroscience-backed strategies and the tried and true process of someone who also used to wonder if maybe they just weren't cut out for confidence and success. It is literally learning the foundations to make confidence a strength in business, in the gym, with your body, money, relationships, and life. And then unlimited, and that's my membership. You're pretty hands off with me, but you get a lot of me through the video vault that we have, and there's monthly coaching calls, and it's $99 a month. And then unlimited is like my immersive 1-year experience group program where you do the unrealistic. It's where you've probably already got some of the confidence down, but you're struggling to be bold, to take risks, to audaciously put yourself out there and really go after what you want. It's you building the nonstop, unbreakable levels of belief and growth and the mentality needed to become the person who really creates everything they want. And that's the room where if you're an ambitious woman, you've got big goals and they're 400 times bigger than your typical like sign some clients in your business. No. It's for the woman who's really here for immersive growth and who wants the deep coaching. It is for the person who it's for the person who you intend to make it big and mean it. You're not in this for a route of ease. You're in this because you know what you're capable of, and you're not willing to stop until you see it come to life, right? Like you're set as hell on paying off your debt and funding family members and starting multiple income streams. And you get lit up by chasing the things that once felt impossible. Like you are ready to go. And it's really about you mastering confidence and building the mentality needed to create unrealistic success. And like the beautiful thing about that is it's not just like a strategy that you get for a 10K month or a 20K month. It's for the women who know that their growth at all levels, whether you're wanting to write a book, run a marathon, hit your first 100K month, comes down to who you're being, your mental fortitude, your confidence and commitment, which is really the things of what you learn inside. So if you like this conversation, if it's kind of turning things on your head for you a little bit and you're like, yeah, I want to go deeper with my confidence. I really want to up my growth and get so stupid serious about this. Come join Unlimited. Come join Audacious if you're looking for a bit more of the like self-paced route. Unlimited's perfect. If you're like, I want immersive, I want community, and you can find both those things in the show notes. And if you're like kind of new to my world and you're like, hey, I just want to taste the Makenzie, go download my free mini course. It is 3 days jam freaking packed of more value than you've probably gotten in the last 6 months. So go download that. You can also DM me the word relentless and I will send the link to you. But thank you for listening. I had to get this episode off my chest, and let me know what you think. Just come DM me on Instagram and we can have a cute conversation about it. I'll catch you in the next episode.